Hey, good day, YouTube. Today is Friday. It's 22nd of December, 2017. If you're coming back watching another video on my channel, thanks for coming back. If it's your first time, welcome to Glenn Speed Shop channel, where I have a lot of interesting projects, and I kind of work on what I want to work on when I have time and when I want to, and kind of document everything on its way through. So eventually they'll all get done, but you know, it's going to take a little while. What we're working on today, this will be the second video, working on replacing the barn doors on the back of my Boyertown Stepvan and go into a drop-down ramp door. This is a mobile DJ van, a mobile studio, if you will. Packing a lot of equipment, heavy speakers and so forth, and I need to bring them down on a hand truck because I'm getting old and my back's not what it used to be, and some of these speakers are pushing 100 pounds a piece, and so this is a long-term solution to a long-term problem. It's also going to double as a stage. It's going to be able to be supported off the van in a horizontal position, so I'm building it stout, probably 2 to 3 times as heavy duty as it needs to be, but you know, it'll still be usable, and if I build it too light, I'd have to rebuild it. So I don't like rebuilding stuff, so let's just go for it. What we're doing right now is I've got the hinges positioned. So let me show you what I bought for hinges. I bought 4, I only need 3, but when you buy these things, you pay for 4 if you only buy 3. So this is this 3-piece weld-on hinge with a Zerk fitting in the middle. So it gives you this solid steel pin coming in from both sides, like so. And then this being like a piece of pipe. They are steel. They're designed just to weld on. Be very mindful that you don't weld all 3 of them on there, because then it's no longer a hinge then, is it? I suppose somebody out there has done it, but you know, when you're just welding, you just keep on trucking right and weld straight across there. Now your tailgate don't go down or it just falls off. So what I've done is positioned the 3, yeah, that one isn't quite right. Anyway, positioned the 3 centerpiece only, which will weld to this piece of 2x2. This bottom piece of 2x2 is welded to the truck. I have set this piece of 1x2 just on some C-clamps, just to kind of give me a little table so this stuff doesn't fall off while I'm trying to do it. Very important that they're straight, and that one is not. So, yeah, don't weld them on there crooked. And I'm not going to go crazy welding these until I have the tailgate in a functioning where I can drop it down and make sure nothing's binding. So we're going to do just a tack on both ends. All 3, I'm putting 3 hinges on, 1 dead in the center, and then 1 just a few inches in from each side. And that should be sufficient. There's only 3 feet between them. Actually, there's less than that by the time the whole thing is put together, 2.5 feet. So that should be very, very stout for this. I'm not putting cars in here, but these are designed for car trailers. But like I said, I'm overbuilding the whole thing, so let's do that. So let's weld one real quick. Let's take this one on the corner, since I got to straighten out that center one because it's a little crooked. We'll tack that one in there real quick. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning, and I had a revolution. This being Christmas holiday weekend, and I'm planning to build this thing complete. I have taken the 2 days after Christmas off to give me enough time to finish this and maybe start a battery compartment down there. At least get it started. It'd be cool to actually get them both built, but we'll see. Got some holiday stuff to do too this weekend. So 4 o'clock this morning, I'm up and I go, oh, my MIG welder. How much gas I got? Because there'd be like nobody open, you know, over the weekend and Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, Monday. Wouldn't it be horrible to have to wait until Tuesday at 8 o'clock to have enough gas to weld this thing? And sure enough, I came out here at 6 o'clock this morning and cracked the valve on my cylinder and realized it barely moved. So I grabbed it up. I got a new cylinder. I got way enough argon gas, or what I got, 75, 25 or something, CO2 and argon mix. So I got plenty of gas to get me through the weekend. So whew, that was a close one, though. I got to tell you, I just about ruined my whole vacation by not having enough gas to finish my project. So let me grab my gloves and let's get this thing started. Just got to double check that that thing is there. The last thing you need is a crooked hinge. Tap, tap, tap. Cost-wise, I think these were about $45 for all 4 of them shipped. Picked them up on eBay. Give you an idea of what they should cost. Settings. That should be pretty good. All right. Let's do some welding. Alrighty. That should be a pretty good enough tack so it's not gonna fall apart or nothing. We'll just still tack on both sides. Should be good to go. And then I'll show you the insert, how that will work on this side. And obviously we'll weld that on the bottom side of that. Go grab that with your fingers. It'll be a hot one. So anyway, I will get these other 3 tacked. I will straighten that one up before I weld it. And that gets that done. And then I'll put all the other halves of these back in. And then figure out a way to make them perfectly straight using the magnet clamps or something. I can't get in clear behind there because the truck is in the way, but I'll figure that out. And then I'll tack both of the other sides onto the bottom rail, and now I have a hinge point. So that's what we're hoping for. That way I can get to this, I can tack it, then I can hinge it down and start building the whole square frame. Get you in the camera, the whole square frame, and then we'll just fill it in with uprights, and that's going to be 1.5 inch, 1/8 wall square tubing, roughly a foot on center, whatever the dimensions come out to be, 12, 13 inches, something like that on center. And then we cover with sheet metal on the outside, put some insulation on the inside, I think, and then plywood on the interior. So there we go. I'll check back with you in a little bit. Okay, I got the outer 2 tacked on, and now we'll just tack the center one in and pull the clamps off and see if this thing hinges, or see if I go through that. Grab a stinger. Yeah, I hate welding upside down. Okay. Let's see if it works. Obviously don't fit any crease in those. Yeah, my SD card got full. Alright, here we go. What I was saying was, remember not to grease those Zerk fittings until they're fully welded. In fact, you might even wait till you get it painted. Because that would cause a fire. So I got all the clamps off. Look at there. So the other thing I might point out too is I positioned the Zerk fittings up because remember this tailgate's going to have to go more than 90 degrees. So I was picturing all the way when the ramp hits the ground that they're down here at this position. But if you put them out and it went over 90 degrees, it'd just cut them off flush, and that wouldn't be cool. So yeah, baby. We have a hinge. Woo! So, happy about that. That's a pretty good start to the long weekend. If I didn't get anything more done than just that, I now have a great foundation now to start building the rest of this. So, as I go, what I need to do is drive this thing out of the shop. This is why I kind of positioned the steel underneath. Those are 20-foot sections. So I need to drive it out so that I have this space right here to work on the tailgate, because I don't want to drive the 36 truck out of the shop into the cold and rain. Says that I got way too much crap stacked on it and under it to do it. So we're going to run with this and just drive this out, work on the tailgate, and at the end of the day, drive it back in. The only downside is it's just going to be colder. What are we here? You can see my thermometer up there, about 40. Yeah, about 40. If it's 40 or so, I'm comfortable at 40. But in the morning it'll be colder, but we got heaters. That's what we make heaters for, right? Got my brother-in-law one for his birthday the other day, because he doesn't like to work in a shop because it's cold. I go, hey, now get some work done. Got a heater. Okay, so I'll continue. We'll start measuring some steel and cutting it. I don't know if I'll do much more tonight, or kind of wait till tomorrow when I actually drive this thing out of here. But I don't know. I'll see what I feel like, and we'll catch up with you here in just a second. And we're back. Well, I realized I've got a nice aisleway in my shop here. My barn's 50 feet door to door. So I drug my 20-foot steel down the hallway there. That way I could leave the truck in and stay a little bit warm and cut this steel inside. So I got my two uprights cut. That's one of them. And then here's the other one on the workmate there. So I've got this edge cut out. This is what's fitting on the hinge. And then up at the top, I'm just going to take out an inch or so. I'll have to cut that later, but this is what sits on the outside of the truck. And this is what will be inside. But my piece that goes on the top from here to here will weld to here somewhere in this 2-inch vicinity. So I thought I would leave everything here to weld to and then come back and cut that later. But I have to cut this off now so that it'll lay flush up against the truck. So let's do that real quick. And yeah, that's my $10 Harbor Freight grinder. And if you don't push the daylights out of those things, you get your $10 out of it. And if something bad happens to it, I got a whole bunch more. I got 2 brand new ones sitting on the shelf. Every time they go on sale, I just grab another one. Hell, if it gets too dirty, or I just cut the cord accidentally or something, I'll just throw it away and grab a new one. How's that? All right. Gloves on, safety glasses on. I do have the guard off of this. I don't recommend it. Keep the guards on, but sometimes you gotta have a little extra room there. And there we are. Got that one cut. So, I've got that cut out. Nice and flush up against this side. And then, again, I just took an inch out. This is what's going up against the truck right there. So, yes, looks good. Take a little more cleaning and fussing, but again, I'm going to cut that off later. So, right now it will go on and it will close. So let me just test fit that up there. We'll show you. If it doesn't fit, of course, I'll edit it out, right? There you go. Yeah. You want to go up that high? All right, let's see if it fits real quick. So that's what it's fitting to. Like so. There it is, that's the groove. With a little bit of room. Okay, right. I do have a little more cutting to do down at the bottom. A little more fitting around this hinge. So, I'll do make a little mark there and do a little more trimming, and then I'll do the other one on the other side and check back with you. But what I've got is this lip, right there, has to be cut out because it's going to be flush with that piece of 2-inch, not on the face of it, but butts up against it. And right now I have it laying up against the face. I got to cut it out a little bit. So I'll put it up there. I'll get a mark and grind that out. Then we'll fit the other side, and then I'll probably bring you back when we tack weld them on. That'll be tomorrow. Get them all tack welded on, and then I'll have to drop the tailgate down and we'll start fitting the top piece. All right, we're making progress. I think in the essence of time, just keep these videos relatively short. We'll call this a wrap for today. We'll start anew tomorrow. This will also allow me to post this video tonight in real time, and then post video tomorrow in real time. And you can keep up with this. It's going to be a marathon weekend. We will get it done. Knock on wood. We will get it done. And I'm getting a kind of a little head start on a Friday evening. And we'll get a real good start on it tomorrow, Saturday. That'll be a good job. Thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing. Share my channel if you would, please. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Okay, here's just a little bonus footage there. I did get the uprights all notched out, both sides, left and right. Got them tack welded in. I just welded the space of it. That's enough to support it. We'll come back and obviously weld the heck out of that. I got a little bit of a gap there. That's okay. I can weld that. And we'll trim off the bottom just 1/16 of an inch or something, kind of around the corner when it's all said and done. And that's cool. We got the other side tacked in just the same. I left the old hinges, the old door hinges on, so I'm using it to keep the thing from falling on my head. So in the morning, I think I have to straighten out that gutter up here just a little bit because it is munched right there, and it's not going to let that thing fall. And we'll measure the bottom and we'll measure the top, and hopefully this old bucket of bolts is sort of square, and that we'll at least try to build a square door. But, you know, if it isn't, we just got to adapt. And we'll get that top piece cut. We'll get it tacked in. And then we'll make sure that the tailgate operates, up and down everything. And then we'll just start cutting the 1.5-inch square tube and filling in the centers, basically the studs. Excuse me. I was get it all tacked together. Then we'll just have a little welding party here for a while with the doors open and the fans on, so it doesn't get all choked to death in here. And we'll get it all welded up. So tomorrow's actually going to be a pretty good day. I think I'm about a day ahead of schedule, and that's great because, like I said earlier, there's this area here it's all rusted out, and it's, you know, because all the water came down that window and everything and rusted this out. There's really no floor right there. There was a floor here on the left side of the driver's seat, and I can replace that. That's no problem. I'm just going to have to cut all this rusty rot out and restructure this, and I'm going to use a 2-inch angle iron to go in and have a couple of rows of house batteries. And then I'll just frame the body in flat bar angle iron or something, and then just make a cover with some hinges on it that open up, that allow me to change the batteries. And that's probably going to be like expanded metal, and I think I got some somewhere. So that's the plan. So it's cool that I get to think a little more seriously about this, because it looks like, knock on wood, that I'm kind of ahead of the curve here. I'm ahead of schedule on getting the ramp door built. So, all right, catch you tomorrow.